Set, hut. Pittsburgh. Check. No. Watch the curve.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Check safety. 5-9.
To throw, it's Breeze. He'll let it fly for Austin. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tavon Austin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
There you go. 40 seconds to Mike. 3 bud.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Single receiver.
On third down, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott complete to Jones. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check. Hey, kill. 26.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Marlon Mack, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
Check. Mark 43.
Shotgun now for Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the right.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Toss play, Kamara. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That second down play nets a -4. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. 25, check 25, check 25. 43 for Mike, boy, 43. Check 43.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
That's it, baby.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. To the left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second and 2, Prescott. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Ready? Double lady. I'm here all day. 11. Move. 4 down. 26 Mike. Here we go. Check the backer. Check. Here we go. 21. 28. Good on.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
We're going to 54. March 47.
Prescott to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Ready.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
0-2. Over. March 43. Get in the weight room.
Now Breeze. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. That's caught inside the 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 25 on second down, Prescott. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
That's good for the Lions.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. This thrown quickly out to Jones. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints 43-yard line.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
On second down now, it's Mack. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Running the jet sweep with Jones, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. Mike 47. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Looking to run with Mack. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll run it with Mack. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marlon Mack. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Prater for the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there out of Kamara. 67 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who is going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control. And yet they find a way to cough it up.
And the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Ready? Got double tight. Double tight. Hey.
Running the jet sweep with Jones. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A give running right is Mack. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive going right here.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions have taken the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, for the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go, and move on to the next series.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Breeze going to throw. And he finds Cook. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. On first down, Dobbins. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Now Breeze. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Now a run with Mack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. It's Mack. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Check, 47. Bandit.
They'll go again here with Mack. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. On first down, Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Let's get it. We're going to 50 for wide. Hey, check Mike 47. Check. Hey, kill. 47 is the mic. 47.
Prescott to throw on fourth. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Yellow lady. Watch out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Saints, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.